I come from a small territory in the Pacific Ocean. I would really appreciate a workplace that offers, someone with like little to no experience as myself, like the uh, a willingness to learn. I think that's a really important factor, especially for a college student, is that I go into the right situation with a workplace that is able to accept someone with little to no experience. And I think that would be the most important factor to me. Another factor would be uh, the right situation. Maybe not five internships, five interns all fighting for the spot, but a more localized uh, a version of that, maybe two interns that are there so that the supervisor or project manager could focus all his attention on two rather than dividing his attention to 5 or 10 interns. I think that would be more, perfect for that situation. And lastly, I think just I would like to fall under the right supervisor that is perfect for me. Probably someone that is willing to teach someone who is young and motivated as myself. And I think with those three factors, we'll go right along the right path.
Excellent. So if you were offered two internships, what would lead you to choose one over the other?
Probably location uh, is the best for me. I would never deny an internship because of how much it would pay, because all experience matters for me, especially being a college student with little to none. So having one that is really far, probably in Wasilla, compared to something that is near Anchorage, I think I would only choose that internship because that it would benefit me more because of how close it would be to home and the expenses it would take for me to travel all the way there.
Gotcha. Um, what would success look like in the next year if you started an internship with a company?
In the next year, I'm looking to graduate. So I'm looking to be as much of an asset to that company with my experience from the classroom and applying that to the professional world. Hopefully, in a year or so, if I do get hired, I will have all the experience under my belt and I will continue to work hard and improve in the professional aspect of my career.
Gotcha. And assuming you get this internship or a job, where professionally do you want to be in about 2 years?
Uh, you know, I've been somebody who has not been really sure of my professional career until now. I feel like the construction management program has grown me a lot and has given me opportunities that such like these that I rarely got with my other career choices that I had before. So, in about 2 years, I really see myself establishing a role in the company, rather it be a working in the field uh, or in the cubicle. But I see myself really establishing myself as a real asset to a company.
Nice. Um, as far as working for a supervisor, what qualities do you hope to see or not to see in a supervisor?
As I mentioned before, with like those three factors that you mentioned, a supervisor that is patient and willing to accept somebody with little to no experience and the willingness to learn. I think that's like a perfect attribute I would want my supervisor to have. And a trait not to have is just, the patience. Somebody who's just not patient with me and is not willing to, work with me. I think I think if there's no communication between me and the supervisor, I think it wouldn't work. So hopefully we can establish a real good connection in the beginning and work on from that.
Nice. As far as your past work experience, have you ever worked in a fast-paced environment and or under pressure, and can you tell me a little bit about that?
Uh, as fast-paced environment, my work experience is really limited. I've been in the same job for about 2 years, and I work as a resident advisor. And as fast-paced as it goes, I work with a lot of residents that come from all different corners of the world. So, you know, when you say fast paced, I don't believe the work that I am is fast paced. So I cannot give you a real definitive answer for. But I work with the kids that come from all different types of cultures, and there are certain regulations that I have to uphold as a resident advisor, and you know it's just working the balance between being somebody that is there for you at all times and then being a authoritative figure is a balance that I go to and come from a lot. So you know fast paced in that aspect, I think that answers the question. So
Oh, for sure. No, and I bet that that experience has taught you a lot about communication and interpersonal skills
oh
and
yeah,
and
definitely.
helping others. I'm sure all of those things are combined into that role. Um, as far as, your life and facing adversity, can you give me an example where you faced adversity and how you have overcome that or how you work towards a goal?
Definitely. 2.5 years ago was my first time in Alaska. So, traveling over 5,000 miles and coming here, the culture shock and, the language barrier was significant. And, I really struggled when I came up here. And, it shows. It showed a lot, with my classes and stuff like that. I just wasn't comfortable coming from the environment I was in to here. And, 2.5 years ago, and to look at myself now, I think I've grown a lot. I think the people and the employers that helped me become, the man that I am today, giving me the chance to work with them and giving me the opportunity to grow professionally and mentally, just putting my foot down and saying, you know what, I can't do anything about the circumstance that I am. Instead, for me to overcome and adapt. So, 2.5 years ago, I would pat myself on the shoulder and say, hey, you can do this. So,
Nice. Um, from your experience, what makes somebody a good team player?
having great communication skills. I think being a team player, like, rather you have the experiences to offer to the team. If you don't have that, but you are a great communicator and you are a person who is willing to participate as a team member, I think that's the most important aspect of being a team player is just having the spirit to be there and adapting to the situation as it comes. With our ASC competition this year, I am the youngest probably in the competition team, and being the youngest, I have the least experience. So just having the willingness to be there and to be present every day in trainings and to absorb as much information as I can from the older guys, I think that's the most important thing that they want to see from me. And so that's what they'll get.
As far as, tell me about the competition.
Uh,
What was it like? Did COVID change it this year a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, Hearing from the older guys that were there last year and the year before, they've talked so much about being able to looking forward to travel to Reno and to like see those other companies in person and just to talk with them. But this year, we're looking at a more virtual. interaction with the other companies and with the competition. So it looks like we're going to be in like a more centralized location where we'll be able to be proctored. And we are going in as one team with 6 people and 2 alternates. And we'll be under the heavy civil part of the competition. So, uh, just learning from the older guys and being present is something that I can contribute as being the young guy in the mix. So hopefully I'll be given the chance to participate in the competition.
What project did they pick this year for you guys to take?
So they don't really give us the project yet, but the company that is distributing the problem to each team will be Qt. So
Okay.
what we're doing right now is like going over all past years of Qt projects and learning from that, and just learning from like the older problems that's been given to us uh,
Okay.
by previous contractors. Yeah.
Nice. How do you feel about working out of town in remote, uh, you know, villages or, out of the general, Matsu Anchorage borough?
Yeah, I'm someone who likes to travel and uh, is very adventurous. So traveling outside of the Anchorage area, I really love to do that. So without the restrictions of being in school and committing time to do schoolwork, I think that I'd love to travel outside of the general Anchorage area.
Okay. What is your experience and attitude towards wearing safety equipment and following safety regulations?
Uh, I've not really had the field experience to talk about it. So, but learning with Al Grant and the OSHA program, wearing PPE is really important, and just ensuring the safety of the workers out in the field, and it protects the workplace as well. I feel like wearing a PPE is really important. So. I think if I were to be in that situation, I would be uh, forthcoming about wearing PPE. So,
Gotcha. And now, if you were asked to perform something that you didn't feel comfortable doing, what would you do? How would you handle that?
I think I'm the type of person to, if someone would tax me with doing something like that, I would go ahead and do it because, I'm not really the type of person to fold or give up. So I think something that I'm comfortable with, I think if it pushes the limit, which is a lot for me, I think that I would, talk with a supervisor or someone of the higher ups, but if not, willing to face the challenge of doing it. So,
Nice. As far as other commitments, what other commitments would you be balancing with a future job or internship?
I think just maybe school. I came up here to Alaska for the purpose of furthering my education. So I think if I were to be blessed with an opportunity to work for a contractor or a company, uh, the only thing I would be balancing is school. So
Okay, awesome. And it looks like you had an internship with Public Works last year.
uh, no, that'll be I believe 2016.
Oh, okay. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so right after I got my associate's degree back in American Samoa, uh, the graduates were given the opportunity to have an internship back home. So there were multiple like small contractors back home, but I picked the Department of Public Works because they were working with two projects that I felt I was interested in, and that was the seawall rehabilitation and the they were working on like this drainage problem that was happening in this part of area where I live in. So It was closer to home, and I felt that I would benefit from those experiences. So I worked in that internship for 3 months, learned a lot, and was given the scholarship to come to Alaska and further my education. So,
Wow. Okay, so what were you doing as part of your internship? Were you doing paperwork? Were you doing site visit? Were you like, what
oh
was
yeah.
what?
I never did paperwork back home. I was always out in the field with either the the engineer of the project, and there was also a time where they had to shut down the project, and I was there. So a lot of site visits, a lot of interacting with the director or the engineers behind the project, and also with the inspectors. So I've definitely learned a lot and would like to learn more like that. I just wish that the 3 months were more. So I really love that experience, and I'm looking forward to that type of experience as well in the
Okay,
future.
nice, nice. So you've got some field work behind you, which is always great. So as far as I know you're in the CM competition, and that's some heavy civil stuff. We've got lots of different kind of companies here in Alaska that are looking for interns. What kind of internship are you looking for? Civil, vertical, bridge, industrial? What floats your boat? What are you looking for?
So I was looking into more of a vertical construction internship, mostly because that's all I know of. I really the other types of construction I'm not really familiar with, and being only here for 2.5 years, I've really not had the opportunity to work and or work for and learn about that type of construction. So hopefully, I will be put into the right situation where I can adapt and work well with my employer.
Nice. Well, those are all of the questions that I have today. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add in for anybody watching this?
No, I do not. Just I appreciate the opportunity for this interview, and hopefully, uh, the employers in the future will give me the opportunity to be an asset to their company soon.